In a striking statement, Sergei Chemezov, CEO of Russia's state tech corporation Rostec, claimed that the Russian T-90M Proryev tank has outperformed both British Challenger and German Leopard tanks in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. According to Chemezov, these Western tanks have discredited themselves in the conflict zone, while the T-90M Proryev stands as a superior alternative, impressing foreign military customers with its advanced features. Chemezov's remarks underscore a broader narrative of Russian military equipment being positioned as technologically superior to Western counterparts. The T-90M Proryev, an upgraded version of the T-90 main battle tank, boasts enhanced all-round armor protection, highly automated fire control systems, and improved survivability. These features, Chemezov argues, make the Proryev a formidable force in modern warfare, surpassing both the Challenger and the American Abrams tanks. In a separate development, the Russian Defense Ministry reported that a Su-34 frontline bomber executed a precision strike against Ukrainian positions in the Kursk region. The attack, carried out during the night, targeted massed Ukrainian troops and armor with glide bombs equipped with a unified adjustment module.
It's been a week since Ukraine has invaded Russia's Kursk region. It's the first time that Ukrainian forces have invaded so deep into Russian territory. It's also the first time that Russia has had foreign troops invading and holding territory since World War II. Here's what we know. On August 6th, Ukrainian forces, tanks and armored vehicles rolled across the border into the Kursk region in several different directions. The Ukrainian forces met very little resistance at the lightly guarded border.
The ministry confirmed that the strike successfully destroyed a temporary deployment site, citing reconnaissance data that validated the destruction of enemy targets before the bomber returned safely to its base. The situation in the Kursk region remains tense, with Major General Abdi Alaudinov, Deputy Chief of the Russian Armed Forces main military political department, suggesting that Ukrainian forces might be regrouping for a potential new attack. Alaudinov speculated that Ukrainian troops might shift their efforts to other areas, given their current inability to advance in their present positions. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova further escalated the rhetoric by accusing Western nations of fully backing the Ukrainian incursion into the Kursk region.
Who will negotiate with them after this, after the atrocities, the terror that they are committing against peaceful residents, the civilian population, civilian infrastructure, and peaceful facilities? This attempt by the Ukrainian armed forces to invade our territory a priori, I will emphasize once again what was said by the Russian leadership, a priori, annuls any possibility of any negotiations with the bandit junta.
Zakharova claimed that Western leaders have tacitly endorsed what she described as atrocities and acts of terrorism committed by the Ukrainian government. She also dismissed claims from Western media suggesting that NATO countries were not sharing intelligence with Kyiv, asserting that such statements were part of a broader strategy to evade responsibility for the ongoing conflict. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, meanwhile, reported ongoing combat operations in the Kursk region. On August 6th, Ukrainian forces launched a significant offensive, capturing villages, taking prisoners, and prompting a mass evacuation of civilians. The surprise assault caught Russian forces off guard, leading to reports of conscription efforts to bolster defenses. In a related development, Zelensky also addressed the issue of financial support for Ukraine, emphasizing the need for a tangible mechanism to access the promised $50 billion from frozen Russian assets.
Today, we discussed our work with partners on advancing real decisions on the promised $50 billion from the frozen Russian assets. There have already been many political statements from our partners. There is still a lot being said about this, but we need a real mechanism.
The European Union had previously agreed to utilize the interest accrued from these assets, held primarily in Belgium, for military aid and reconstruction efforts in Ukraine. Brussels estimates that this interest could provide approximately 3 billion euros annually. A prominent Russian politician has called for drastic military measures in response to Ukraine's aggressive incursion into the Kursk region, where Ukrainian forces have made substantial territorial gains. The call for extreme retribution comes amidst growing concerns over the escalating conflict and its impact on regional stability. Natalia Narochnitskaya, a former State Duma deputy, expressed her outrage during a broadcast on Russia's state-run Channel 1, which was subsequently shared on the Astra Telegram channel. Narochnitskaya's remarks advocate for a carpet bombing of the Kursk region, emphasizing the need to surround and destroy Ukrainian forces.
I believe that after everything that happened in Kursk region, such retribution should be carried out. They should be surrounded and everything should be destroyed. Just a carpet, you understand? I hope that they are preparing for this.
The Kursk region, which borders Ukraine's Sumy region, has been the focal point of a significant Ukrainian military offensive launched on August 6th.
In general, this operation has become our largest investment in the process of liberating Ukrainians from Russian captivity. We have already captured the largest number of Russian prisoners in a single operation, and this is a significant result. This is one of our goals, and our actions continue.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reported that Ukrainian troops have captured approximately 1,250 square kilometers, 482 square miles, and 92 settlements in the region. This incursion marks the first time foreign troops have occupied Russian territory since World War II.
Ukrainian warriors continue the defensive operation in the designated areas of the Kursk region. As of today, our forces control over 1,250 square kilometers of the enemy's territory and 92 settlements.
Narochnitskaya's comments come in the wake of provocative statements by Kremlin propagandist Sergei Mardan, who previously suggested on state TV that a nuclear strike could be a potential response to the Ukrainian offensive. Mardan controversially claimed that while such an action would initially upset the international community, it would eventually be deemed logical given the circumstances. The Russian military's response has included creating 3 new troop groups named after the border regions of Belgorod, Bryansk, and Kursk, according to Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov. The move is part of a broader effort to bolster defenses and manage the ongoing crisis. The impact of the Ukrainian offensive has been severe. Tens of thousands of Kursk residents have been evacuated from their homes, with local volunteers and organizations in Belgorod stepping up to provide support to displaced individuals. Olga Kolomeychenko, a volunteer in Belgorod, reported that the local community has been actively assisting refugees by offering shelter and essential items.
There are a lot of people in need, a lot of people who are scared. I can only suggest that the residents of the Kursk region gather and consolidate, because Belgorod has been a frontline city for a very long time, and almost every resident of Belgorod can serve as an assistant, a volunteer.
Amidst the heightened tensions, Russian General Apti Alaudinov, commander of the Akhmat Special Forces Unit, suggested that the conflict in the Kursk region could persist for several months. The situation remains fluid as Russia continues to adapt its military strategies in response to the Ukrainian advance. In a recent update, the Russian Defense Ministry claimed to have repelled Ukrainian attacks on 4 settlements in Kursk and reported Ukrainian losses of 350 servicemen and 25 armored vehicles over the past day. Meanwhile, a video showing 18 Ukrainian militants surrendering near the village of Spalnoye in the Kursk Oblast has gone viral on Telegram.